Hello, I'm Ambassador Hope for Prosperity Studios, and I'm commentating on the up-and-coming G8 conference on the 7th to the 9th of July in Japan. I have very high hopes that Prime Minister Yasuo Fukata of Japan will hold the vision for Africa being at the top of the agenda for the G8 summit. We must understand as a global community that by empowering the poor to serve their families, communities and countries, we can build peace, one heart at a time. When you're able to feed your family, have a roof over your head and have access to healthcare and education, then the desire to fight or kill your neighbour subsides. As Japan leads the G8 this year and the members to eliminate the $40 billion of debt from the world's 18 poorest countries, Benin, Bolivia, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, Ghana, Guyana, Honduras, Madagascar, Mozambique, Nicaragua, Niger, Rwanda, Senegal, Tanzania, Uganda and Zambia. What will occur is that new capital will flood in to be invested with large-scale goals, technology-led solutions and bottom-up implementation to ensure that people at the grassroots level bring about the transformation. The private sector's investment in orphan care and healthcare, supported by President Bush and 13 million compassionate Americans, will leave a legacy so profound as to transform the future of the African continent. The orphans are the next generation of workers. They are the most precious asset of a wealthy continent. We have to look at the history to understand the current and the future. Africans invested $1.4 trillion of sweat equity building the agriculture and industrial foundations of America. Now Americans have the opportunity to reinvest in the orphans and provide them with a sustainable future. I have led the private sector and converged the disparate needs of Capitol Hill, Wall Street, Hollywood, Silicon Valley, Africa and the G8 nations. It is both a humanitarian issue and enlightened self-interest. We depend on 246 products from Africa, and those can't be outsourced from anywhere else in the quantities that we consume. The US government will be providing a guarantee, and the private sector will invest $55 billion to build 2,166 children's villages simultaneously. Those will provide a sustainable future for 13 million orphans, 6 million caregivers and their nurses and teachers. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Gordon Brown, Prime Minister of the UK, Angela Merkel, German Chancellor, Nicolas Sarkozy, the President of France, Silvio Berlusconi, Prime Minister of Italy, Stephen Harper, Prime Minister of Canada, and Dmitry Medvedev, President of Russia, for their support and encouragement. Together, the G8, the world community, and compassionate citizens can change the future for Africa and play their role.